Hello YouTube viewers, this is Trucker Brent with Dodger Dog coming to you from Willison, North Dakota this Tuesday, August 20th of 2024. And this video would not be the same without my co-pilot and good buddy, Dodger Dog. Say hi, Dodger. Yeah, this is my buddy, Dodger Dog. He's 2.5 years old. Everyone loves Dodger Dog. He's about 12 pounds or so, 12 to 14 pounds, I should say. And everybody loves Dodger Dog. So I'm going to put him down. Stay there. And I'm going to talk about the work situation this week. Last video was made about a week and a half ago or so. Week and a half ago. Last I remember, I've been driving my new job. I've been driving starting out days, late afternoon into the next day, so my days are kind of, you know how it is. Let's start with oil. Oil's going good. Crude oil hauling. You know, you got to have your hazmat, of course, and at least 2 years experience in the oil field, and preferably more for driving trucks. And so they're hauling crude oil. And it's going pretty good here. Let's see, pipes. I got 1 or 2 friends hauling pipes. Savage is a good company to work for. They're out of Trenton, North Dakota, about 15 miles southwest of Willison. And, you know, they are in the Bakken. Let's see, Badlands Oil Company. They haul oil out of Sidney, Montana, which is eastern Montana, right on the border of North Dakota and eastern Montana. There's some companies hiring there. Corcoran. I heard Corcoran wasn't too good, so I don't know. I've never worked for them, but I have a friend that knows a little bit about them. I tried applying with G-Style, and G-Style, I don't know what their problem is, and what kind of drivers they're looking for, but I didn't get hired with G-Style. But just the best. Walla was going to hire me, and but this owner-operator that I'm working for beat them to it, and I got hired just like half a day before Mr. Walla called me. So I think the owner's son called me. Anyways, it just took too long. Some of these companies, they're just not sure what's going on or when the fracking is starting. And Walla hauls mostly water, and they do hot oil work, and I don't think they do oil. I knew they do production water. Now they're hauling Liberty boxes, the 2 red boxes on a chassis or on a step deck or on a flatbed. That's what Liberty boxes are. In fact, there's one to my left, but a truck just got in the way. Maybe you can see that white truck over there with 2 Liberty boxes. So, see the 2 red L with white L on them. That's Liberty. So I'm here at this little truck stop just north of, about a mile north of Walmart. And it's this little Circle K truck stop. So some of these guys have been parked here all weekend. Belly dumps and water guys, they've been parked here all weekend since Thursday, Friday. So I'm not sure if you want to take your chance and pull water. Somebody mentioned on my previous video about Monster Oilfield Services. I think they are no longer in the Bakken, and I think the guy named John is a missionary now. Let's see, in Jericho, they're out of South Watford City, right on the corner of the bypass. Jericho's hiring on Indeed, from what I hear. You know, this is what I've got to say about any company. If you set more than 3 days, or let's say a week, whatever you can afford to set, do it, I guess. But if you're not making any money like me, And I like to hustle. I like to work. I like to keep busy. But it's been a slow year for me for fishing, so I didn't want to just sit around and do nothing. I kind of retired, and it's like the weather was bad. It was too windy, too rainy, too many thunderstorms, and then I got bored, so fishing was bad. Then it got too hot, and I said, man, I might as well just jump in a truck. Couldn't find a job, so I joined the city of Willison, Public Works Department, streets. That's filling potholes and stuff and mowing the grass. Frickin' lawnmower jacked up my back, right? But then I get this kid yelling at me and said, no, city doesn't pay me enough to listen to you yell at me. It's either you're gonna keep yelling at me if I want to put up with it, or I'm gonna shut you up, right? With my cannons, 2 cannons that I have. But then I'm liable for hurting someone. So I said, screw that. So I just quit the city, and I looked for a job. I said, I can do better than the city, I know that. And so, with that being said, I got this job. I'm hauling frac sand. And this is gonna be the best paying job I've ever had, or it's gonna be the second best paying job I've ever had. Water was #1 last year, production water. I was doing real good until it went to pot. And now this frac sand, I'm doing real good. You know, do I want to say what I'm making? I'm not sure. Maybe if you ask me privately, I'll let you know what I'm making. Most people would say I'm doing real good. We're not going to school, not spending years to learn to be a doctor or being an attorney or whatever, you know. But, so, let's see, what else? So, frac sand, 5F. You guys that haul for 5F or want to haul for 5F, I wish you the best. I think 5F sucks for the most part. I saw what their loads were paying. I ran for 5F back in April and May of this year for 6 weeks. The most money, I was working for an owner-operator, and the most money I could take home was $1,750. There's Dodger looking out the window. And $1,750 for a week is peanuts. You guys know that. It's not very good. Yeah, so that's the most I made. Oh, I don't even want to tell you what I almost didn't make, right? It sucked. But the weather was bad, you know. The weather was bad and everything. So, you know, it's not all 5F it's small. It's also the weather and everything. The fracs break down, this and that. But I think Liberty's just a much better company to work for. I don't work for Liberty now. I have pulled for Liberty back a few years ago. They're very good. They're the ones that smile and greet you when you pull in. 5F with Halliburton. Halliburton's, all their supervisors are strung up. You know, they've got red tape. They're always grouchy, it seems like. And never see a smile on Halliburton people's faces from what I remember, especially pulling frac sand at locations. But pipes has been going on, side dump work's been going on, especially hauling drill cuttings. I think G-Style does that, but I won't work for G-Style. I tried and applied, and they didn't accept me for whatever reason. I had other companies like Walla called me, but I had already gotten this job, like I said. So it's like, you know, first come, first serve. I'm not going to sit there and wait for, and then other people make empty promises. Oh, water's coming, and then you sit and wait. Beaver Creek, I sat in this room for over 3 days waiting for work, and they said there was no loads out at Newtown, but everything dried up. I had a couple friends over there hauling frac sand and water, and one ended up going back to Midland, Odessa area to haul frac sand. He's happy making $1,000 a day hauling frac sand down there for 5F, I think it is. Well, $1,000 for owner-operator a day isn't very good, if you ask me. But you know, everyone's got their own thing. 1,000 clear, he said he's making down there. But things are picking up. I'm seeing more oil tankers, more water tankers. I see a side dump going around as I drive around. I'm seeing some belly dumps, some flatbed hauling pipes. So I think it's going to get busier from now to the end of the year. And I think if Trump wins the election, definitely he's going to get busier, folks. So, you know, today's a hot day here. It's 92. That feels like 94 degrees right now. And it's freaking hot. I got the air on. But just wanted to comment on a few things. Check out my videos. Please ask me questions. Comment, whatever. I'm on Instagram. I got photos on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I even have 4 videos on TikTok. You know, I don't do it for the money. I do this to help people find jobs. And now I know what I wanted to say. So, it's going to snow. Sooner or later, it's going to snow. Usually the snow comes the 2nd to 3rd week in October. Okay, I just talked to a fellow from Miami, a black fellow from Miami. He looked like he was 17 years old. He told me he was 30 years old. He's leasing a truck from Hertz, and he's leased on to a company. He was in Texas, and there's too many drivers there, and he came up here. Sometimes it seems like there's too many drivers here. But it's going to snow. You got to know how to put chains on. Some companies want you to put double chains, and some only single chains. I won't do double chains. I'll do single, because the doubles are just too heavy, too hard. That's not for me, okay? I got a bad back, a bad neck, a bad shoulder. I don't need to be lifting heavy stuff, double chains. Screw that. So, the temperature takes a dip. 2nd, 3rd week in November, it'll snow. Like one time it snowed 3 inches one day, one night. And the next morning, the next day, it snowed 8 inches. So you had about a foot of snow on the ground that lasted 3 to 5 days. Okay? That's not bad. You can drive in that if you're careful. Sometimes you'll have an Indian summer where it's just windy, the cold, it'll be in the low 30s to mid 30s, but windy. It'll be an Indian summer, like into the 2nd, almost 3rd week in December. And I guarantee almost always the 3rd week of December, right before Christmas, we'll get an ice storm, okay? The winds, and the temperatures drop into the teens, low 20s, and it gets freaking cold. But the ice, that's where you got to be careful. Ice, because you'll wreck your truck, you know, and trailer on that, and you don't need that, especially owner-operators, right? Company drivers too. Who wants to get in a wreck? But you got to know how to drive in snow and ice, folks, because eventually you're going to get called out. Unless it's real bad, everything shuts down, you know. You get a blizzard out here, temperatures all of a sudden drop to minus 30 to minus 40 degrees or below, it shuts down. But I've driven truck when it was minus 34, minus 36 degrees on a sunshiny day. There was snow on the ground. You just go slow. You go on location. I undid the straps. I was hauling pipe. You get in the truck and warm up, you know. So it's not too bad. You always got a running truck. You never shut your truck off in the winter. But folks, it gets freaking cold. I'd say 3rd week in December is when the cold starts, you know. And it could start earlier. I'm not saying it won't. It's just usually. Now, I think January, February, and March are the coldest months here. You want to drive truck in this weather? I'm going to try it this next year. We'll see how it goes. And good luck. So this is Trucker Brent. coming to you with some words of wisdom for you truckers, newbies, truckers wannabe, experienced and not so experienced truck drivers. Contact me. I'm here to help you. I ain't going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to lie to you. There's no reason for that. I speak the truth wholeheartedly as best as I can to help you guys. We all have families. We're all human beings. We are all children of God. And take care, folks. Dodger Dog and Brett, we wish you the best. And until our next video, so long, folks.